Hello, and welcome to our learning session on multi-level STEM badges for Girl Scouts of South Carolina, Mountains to Midlands. We are excited to provide some tips and tricks on planning a multi-level troop meeting around STEM badge activities. We will begin by looking at why we chose to present to a multi-level troop audience. Then we will talk about how to approach the topic of STEM. After that, we'll show you how to build a multi-level troop meeting focused on STEM. Why did we choose to focus this lesson on multi-level? Troops can be structured in many ways. Multi-level is when you have two or more Girl Scout program levels working together as one troop. Many of you may be watching this because you are currently leading a multi-level troop, or you are anticipating that situation. The goal of this lesson is to help leaders understand how to evaluate and implement STEM badge work in a multi-level troop situation, and those skills can easily be transferred to a single-level troop. By approaching this lesson with a multi-level lens, we are hoping to provide valuable information to all of our volunteer troop leaders. STEM doesn't have to be scary for girls, or for you. Girls, and kids in general, are natural engineers. Girls in elementary school already have the right mindset for STEM. They're incredibly curious, they enjoy working with others, love to play and use their imaginations, and challenge themselves by making things and taking things apart. Do the girls in your troop like music, playing sports, or cooking? How about video games, dancing, or stargazing? Do they dream of curing disease, inventing things, or caring for animals? If you said yes to any of these, then your girls like science, and they may be interested in STEM and engineering. That's great news for her and for our society. We need more women involved with science, technology, engineering, and math, aka STEM. As a leader, you can help. Show her how to channel her natural curiosity into activities that will engage her, entertain her, and educate her to be a challenge seeker, problem solver, and world changer. We can inspire girls to explore a future in engineering by showing them how STEM subjects are interesting, exciting, and can help people lead better lives. Help her see that STEM is everywhere. Appeal to her love of music to help her find patterns, or play a game to spot science and engineering in our everyday lives. Get outdoors and observe the science and engineering of the natural world with her. Introduce her to STEM role models. Watch shows and documentaries about science. Check out books and graphic novels with STEM focus. Find places in your community where people work in STEM roles and take a tour. Help her meet real-life role models that can make STEM exciting. Encourage her to participate in STEM activities. Suggest she take part in STEM events and groups at her school. Maybe there's an opportunity for her to be in a doggy daycare club to discuss issues about taking care of animals that can be addressed by STEM. Ask her to talk to her science teacher about how scientists can and do make the world a better place. And encourage discussion of all of these experiences in your troop meetings. As adults, you may ask, how do I lead STEM activities if I don't know or understand it myself? Well, look at it from a girl's perspective. Are the girls anticipating getting a grade or performing perfectly in Girl Scout activities the first time? No, absolutely not. So why do you expect this of yourself as a leader? We don't, and you shouldn't. The goal of all of our programming is for our girls to come away with at least one of the 5 Girl Scout outcomes: strong sense of self, positive values, challenge seeking, healthy relationships, and community problem solving. If you approach STEM with that same perspective and expectation for leaders, it'll be better for you. Be curious, be open-minded, be easy on yourself, and know that it's okay to learn alongside your girls. Conquer your fears and come with a learner mentality. Whether you're comfortable with space but not robotics, vice versa, or neither, we all may be approaching STEM with a learning curve, and that's okay. Girls are inherently curious. They want to know more about the world around them, from the trees, the sky, the newest virtual reality game, and beyond. That curiosity can be overwhelming when they start asking questions sometimes, right? But let me tell you, it's okay to not have an answer to every question. Sometimes it's a wonderful learning moment to say, you know what, I don't know, but let's research it together. When you are honest and willing to learn with your girls, this creates an atmosphere of trust and helps create a stronger relationship between you and your girls. The biggest takeaway from feeling like you don't know enough about STEM is to take it from the girls' perspective. If they don't know enough, what do they usually do? They ask questions. Get excited about not knowing and start asking questions. That means there's room for creativity and growth. So many of our STEM badges and journeys can have a great impact on the outcomes we hope to see in our girls. If you keep encouraging them to try again when they fail and do the same with yourself, you are showing them that they can be challenge seekers. By having them work with trusted adults and participate in cooperative hands-on learning, they will build healthy relationships. STEM is so much more than experiments and coding. It's about the underlying skills the girls will learn and the relationships they forge along the way. Now, let's dive into some specifics on how to approach STEM badge work in a multi-level troop. Badges are all broken out into steps girls need to complete. While daisies have 3 steps, brownies and older girls have 5. In some themes, you can find a lot of overlap, especially in neighboring levels like daisies and brownies or juniors and cadets. Those overlaps are what you'll look for to build your multi-level troop meetings. You can find STEM badge requirements for all levels on the Volunteer Toolkit. In the Girl Shop, you can also purchase individual badge packets with helpful resources for how to approach the badge work with your troop. One of the best things about the badge requirements is that they are designed as easy to understand statements that allow for a flexible approach to implementation of activities. Now that we know how to find the badge requirements, let's see how we can approach building a STEM-focused meeting for our multi-level troop using those badge requirements. Let's go back to the Daisy and Seniors STEM Career Exploration badge requirements side by side. When deconstructing a badge into steps, it can be easy to develop activities your girls may want to do for a single level. When you start adding in more levels, that vision can get more confusing. Looking at these examples, we can see how we can easily overlap the Daisy bullet point number 3, learn about a STEM career, with the Senior bullet point number 2, discover your career possibilities, and number 3, find your career pathway. But what do we do with the daisies when seniors are on number 1 and begin with explore how you want to make a difference? There's not a corresponding bullet point in the daisy requirements. Then, what if we add a couple of cadets or even a solo brownie to our troop? Now our daisies need to do ABC, but our juniors need to do XYZ, and brownies are working on 1, 2, 3. How does this all connect? Let's start with a badge step approach by looking at space science badges for a multi-level troop with daisies, brownies, and juniors. Usually, each step in a badge will have 3 activities to choose from if you're using Girl Scout branded resources. You can start by creating a chart similar to this one. You can handwrite it, or you can develop it in a digital spreadsheet. Next, add the badge requirements in the leveled rows, then add the activities, either from the badge book or from your own creative resources, to the chart below that. Step 3, identify themes and color code them. Pick whatever colors suit your needs. In this example, the sun is yellow, moon is blue, stars are orange, sharing and star party is purple, and the single outlier is pink. As you can see, daisies and juniors share a sun-based activity, while the brownies don't. Same with daisies and brownies sharing a moon-based activity while the juniors do not. Now this is just our quick reference guide, not our final planning document, so it's okay for it to look a little messy. As you create yours, you may want to follow these tips. Fill in with the badge steps for each level. Don't omit any as you go along. You may want to, thinking it's a waste of time, but you might end up seeing a pattern or overlap once it's in the chart that you may not have noticed otherwise. Use color coding to match up themes like stars, planets, moon, etc. And now you can see the overlap. In this case, we see daisies, brownies, and juniors overlap with stars. Alternatively, you can start by arranging the steps thematically rather than by levels. This approach sometimes helps to more easily see which levels need to do which activities and to what extent. As you can see, there's really only one theme that has an activity for each level here, the stars. Now you can begin your planning with these tips. Use Volunteer Toolkit for resources and to keep up to date with new information for new badges. Decide how many activities girls will be doing per theme, remembering to keep it girl-led. If you have a wide gap in levels, for example, daisies and cadets, a combined approach may not be the best fit for some activities. You may need to have one group mentoring or learning from the other, and the mentors or learners may just not earn a badge this time. Consider timing and be flexible. When working with multiple levels, it can take more than one meeting to complete a badge. Let's take a quick look at the far right column, all. Let's look at the sun theme row. As you can see, daisies and juniors have their own badge steps and activities. However, they don't line up, and brownies don't even have one. They don't share a common activity like the brownies and juniors do for the planet-themed activities. In this case, it may be beneficial to pick two activities to satisfy that step. You can easily do both the Shadow Poster Daisy activity and the Age on Other Planets Junior activity within a single meeting. But the wonderful thing about Girl Scouts is that it's an on-your-honor system. If you can develop a cool activity that encompasses and benefits all ages, or that gives girls a new skill, or teaches them something new, and it's not one of the activities listed in Girl Scout branded materials, that's okay, go for it. Badges aren't everything. It's about the girls having fun, discovering exciting new things, and growing in their relationships. The brownies don't have to be left out in this example. They can still participate, even if they aren't earning a badge. Now that we've showed you two ways to approach identifying overlapping themes and activities for a multi-level troop, the last step in the planning process is for you and your co-leaders to get creative and investigate the best implementation. Some things to consider. How many troop meetings will be devoted to this badge? Can it be completed in one meeting, or will it take several? How many girls do you have? And do you need to do small group work? Are you going on a field trip that will satisfy some or all of these steps? Or can you identify a connected field trip opportunity? Do you have local businesses or community organizations who do work using STEM? They can be a huge resource that can help you with this planning process. We all know that money can sometimes be a constraint, so always look online to see what's free and available. Look for virtual opportunities with someone like Clemson's PARI or NASA's SETI. Those may be a great start for you and your troop. You can find links to both of those in the course description for more information. What you're looking at now is just an example of a troop meeting agenda focused on the STEM Career Exploration Badge for a multi-level troop with daisies, brownies, and juniors. This agenda may be considered ambitious by some, squeezing two activities into one meeting. This could be broken into two separate meetings to allow for more exploration of topics and discussion of concepts, if that is what your girls prefer. The activities in this agenda were designed around resources developed by the Girl Scouts and the NASA SETI Institute and can be found on the SETI website. Now that we've broken down the process, remember the following as you approach STEM with your troop. Keep it girl-led. Let the girls' interests determine the topics, and let the girls explore and learn together. It's okay to fail. Failure means a chance to learn something new, gain competence, and build confidence. Learn alongside your girls. Letting them see you fail or succeed at something new to you will be exciting and inspiring. Give them strong STEM female role models. You can be that person for them, or you can invite STEM presenters and facilitators who are female. Always strive to have your girls explore together in pairs or small groups with hands-on projects. Remember, it's okay to have all girls participating, even if the activity won't result in a badge for all of them. Don't sweat the small stuff. Things will go wrong. And that's a great chance for our girls to learn how to manage failure and push forward. The way you handle that situation can impact the girls and their enjoyment of STEM. Thank you very much for watching our virtual lesson. We appreciate all that you do for our council. If you have any questions or would like more information, please reach out to your CDM or customer care, who can put you in contact with our Adult Training Program Manager or our STEM Program Manager.